That can go on. That can go on.
I don't know if that was considered talking, but
the avid listener would wonder what the fuck is going on.
Who's the guest?
Is he okay?
That $2
That's how you be sounding with a $2 bag.
The sound of the Frontlines.
Sounds like, isn't that like the same thing as like going to the dollar store and like buying a salmon, buying seafood from the dollar store?
No. That's like...
Do people do that?
Yeah.
This dollar store
People do that.
Hell no.
In fact, yes, they do. I know somebody that does.
The dollar store?
I know
can't buy
somebody
meat at the dollar store.
Yes, you can. They do it. What do you mean?
What dollar store?
Probably like Family Dollar.
Nah.
Bro,
Family Dollar?
They do have coolers.
They got packs of meat,
buy
probably. Like you could
orange
buy
juice.
like a...
Go to the right Family Dollar in the right
I know
neighborhood.
dude that religiously go buy his sneakers for work at Family Dollar.
Wait,
Everything else.
The question was
You gonna have to talk to your mic when you talk.
the question. You never said we got started. Even though I see everybody's
everything's on the record now.
Yeah.
Everything's on the record now. Everything's on the record.
Thanks for the notice. Like,
Wait, we got hit with surprises
If you was
all
gonna
night.
say some wild shit, we would probably stop you beforehand.
Maybe.
Yo, the book is upside down.
I figured.
Yeah.
But I was
Who
like,
book
maybe
out?
he know more about his book than I do.
That's
whose
mine.
book is that?
That's mine.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
wildin'.
very important to be right side up.
Yo,
Like,
you
very
wildin'.
important.
Your book is upside down. Your own book.
I thought this nigga knew more about his book than I did, so I was like, I'm gonna it.
It was marketing. It was good marketing. They gonna look at it like, wait, is that book upside down?
I gotta buy that book
They
now.
gonna look at it and read the title down, everything. It's good marketing, right?
You gotta read that book. It's upside down.
Own book so hard.
Like, is the interior upside
Read
down
the top,
too?
bottom, top.
Yes, I might do that. I might make an upside down cover page. That might be a little unorthodox.
It wouldn't be, because then I mean,
It's 2023.
no. And if you think about like, we've seen stuff like that before, but it might be dope.
It might be refreshing.
Cause now we potting now that y'all gave me notice, so now I'm about to get positive. And
Yeah.
listen, young man, if you
Fire
are
black man.
in the trenches, listen to me. Here's what I did.
Yeah. Turn it on. Let's go. Flip the switch.
Flip the switch. You said we on?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My name's Kennard Ray. What's your name?
B.Davis.
Yo, speaking of names, I brought this up to him the other day. Most people don't know his real name.
That's how that's
Do
by
you know
design.
his real name? Okay, so you're a real friend. I feel like if you...
Do you have any real friends that don't know your name?
Real friends that don't know my name, nah.
That sounds like a contradiction.
I don't think so.
That's not, I guess.
They gonna say
don't
he
think so.
hesitated when you said real friend, bro. I didn't hesitate to go.
There's gonna be a nigga at home right now. Like, damn, nigga, I thought your name was B.Davis. I call you every day.
Nah, I think my real friends know. They know.
They gonna be like, nah, nigga, I thought your name was B. Never wondered what it stood for. I never thought it stood for something. I thought it was like Madonna.
It's like, yeah.
No, that's by design. That's by design, though. That's, yeah,
His middle name is Dot.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
I got an uncle named JB, so it's possible.
JB?
That's his actual name.
His actual name is JB.
You spell it Jaybee.
No,
How you spell that?
JB.
His birth.
And it don't mean
So
nothing.
it's
It, it's not abbreviated
It
for
don't
nothing.
stand for nothing.
JB.
Yeah, that's hard.
Swear to God.
Does he have a last name?
Does he have a last name?
That was hard.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I have to know these type of things.
He got a last
His
name.
name is Jay. His
All
last
right.
name is B.
I just don't know.
Last name, first name. That's funny. Nah, we got the same last name.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to know.
No, that's a cool name. Shouts out to
He a pimp?
JB.
Is he a pimp? I wouldn't say that.
If you got a question, he might be.
I wouldn't say that.
That sounds like a...
You left you left before my cousins came last night.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That's JB came last night?
no, these JB sons.
Got you. No, I never met JB or his sons, but
Nah, I don't think you have.
It's a cool name.
He's still trying to figure out if he's a pimp or not, honestly. That's
I don't know. He did a lot of time in prison, so I don't know if he was pimping in prison or like, pimping before that.
That's a whole other type of pimping.
Whole different type
prison
of
pimping.
That's a different type of pimping.
Nah, bro.
yo, It's a lot of niggas like really getting money off the phones, like
Off the phone.
yeah, like through women. I don't know if that's considered prison
phones.
pimping or not.
What's that?
His face just dropped. Like he's like,
What's going on right now?
like it's a lot of dudes surviving.
Off of women.
Yeah, off of women in jail. Is that prison pimping?
That definitely
Elaborate.
that is definitely prison pimping, and I'll explain it to you
Elaborate.
this way.
Wait,
So
wait,
you get. Let me elaborate. for him.
Elaborate.
And you want to slow us down?
Go ahead.
Slow us
No,
down?
go ahead.
I
and
need
let
some,
me
I
hear
need
what
some
you-
elaboration
Yeah,
first.
let me hear it because I think I got something to say about that.
Okay. Yeah. Nah. Phone calls and really letters. Dudes will write a lot of letters and get somebody to make a handkerchief that is a piece of art.
Mickey Mouse.
Yep, and it's some niggas could do real detailed shit. You know what I'm saying? Like her face. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you get put on with somebody like it's your homeboy's sister or this dude wife, her cousin or her friend or whatever.
Just any
And
pretty bitch you just get in contact with.
You said pretty.
I was
We
about to
said
say,
prison. And you think about it different. Like
It
we
ain't-
think,
Oh, so the
It's not, they don't give
it
a
ain't
fuck.
pretty.
Oh, so
You ever seen the nigga
standards
get out
don't
of
exist.
jail
Standards
for a
don't
long
exist.
time to see his girl?
you said pretty.
Pretty don't exist in this scenario.
It's not a factor.
Yeah, it's not a priority. I don't think.
It's a pussy. As long as it's pussy.
I mean, you're not getting no pussy, bro. You like not at the moment. At that moment, you're not.
Just the thought of it, at least though, gets them
Yeah,
going.
like it's Anyway, to the pimping part, because really, it's just like you having a companion. You know what I'm saying?
Holding
like
you down.
like a pen pal.
And if
It's
you got
pen
a
pal.
few of them,
yeah,
you pimping.
It's a pen pal. And that's what he's saying. Like it's if you
pimping.
got some dudes
that's pimping.
literally
pimping, yeah.
have a number of women, and then these are your visits. I'm saying like, and I'm thinking more so because B might. It can't include women you knew when you was home that you messed with before, whatever. But when he said prison pimping, what it made me think mostly of is it'd be like a woman who
Fuck do you meet new women in prison?
through like I said, through letters, through like your homeboy put you on to something, and then
start
y'all
writing.
engaged. Yeah, it's, like visits, because
This
visits
is
are
so-
very important. Letters are very important.
I have a
like
question.
having any type of contact with somebody, like human connection is important. So
How do you pose for the selfie for that?
For who?
Without,
For
like-
who?
For your pen pal. They want to see how you look or how you pose for your selfie to send a picture.
Shit, I don't know.
I mean,
I've never been locked up, so I don't even know.
You saying how do you pose?
Yeah, what
Like,
kind of pose do you give in the
only
selfie?
a few poses are approved. Depending on as far as like
What's
state
the
prison.
approved pose? What's the approved pose?
In state prison, you can't do a whole bunch of different poses, bro. Like,
Wait, what you mean? Like you can't like? I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
yeah, like
can't,
you can't usually like say like people use their hands a lot in selfies and stuff like
Can't
that.
do
Like
that?
you can't flex, you can't do a whole like so. You know what a jail pose look like? Nigga doing this, so you know what that look like? How, man,
So that's why.
yeah.
So jail poses is not to look tough. It's out of necessity because that's the rules.
and it's also like your lifestyle at the time, like.
Nah, that's all you know.
Your
That's
environment, like,
that's the only
li-
type
li-
of poses you know.
Being happy, you right. You put it. You put it in a really good perspective. It's that was approved, and it's like your lifestyle, like life tough, kind of a little bit. Like, it's not the best life when you in
can't
jail.
make a happy
son.
pose.
But even if you wanted to, you can't. Like even if you wanted to throw your hands up like
put a
this,
smile in that shit.
like they'd
Jazz
be like, nah,
hands.
yeah, jazz hands. They'd be like, yo, that's a gang, nigga. Fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
and also jazz hands might be against a different rule. So
Or is it against a rule? I mean,
it definitely is against a rule.
might depend on the jail.
It's against a rule. It's against a number of protocol that apply across prison facilities and terms and all that shit. Yeah.
all right. I'm glad I know this.
So no jazz hands if you're in prison.
Yo, what are you talking about, man? Yo, Yo.
I just want to make sure we all on the same page of the moral we got out of the story.
Man, no jazz hands.
No jazz hands.
No jazz fingers, no spirit fingers.
You gonna introduce the show?
Maybe, I don't know.
Do y'all introduce the show?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
I watched 3
so.
episodes.
I was on the show. Yeah,
That don't mean you watched it before though.
I did though. I did. I've been checking out the
episodes.
reels.
That's
I'm gonna
all
be
we
watching
take.
more.
All we need is parts.
I'm gonna be watching more.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't care. How
Like,
long?
bro,
How long
I-
do you have to watch for us to get a view?
like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I heard it
It's
was
30 seconds. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Might be even less.
But no, I was the only reason why I didn't watch the whole two of the 3 that I watched. The only reason why I didn't watch the whole because I went to sleep. Like I was, I'm watching these joints at 4 in the morning. What was happening is I was seeing y'all pop up on the Frontlines on our YouTube. So I was like, man, I gotta watch this Weed and Whiskey because I heard of it before, but nah, I gotta watch these joints. But we leave I'll call it the studio for y'all purposes, but we call it the editing suite. We leave our suite like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, even later or earlier, whatever you want to call it. So that's when it'll be fresh in my mind, and I tap in and I'll watch it until I get some rest. So I know I got on the Future one, I got far into it. And I don't like conspiracy shit, so I started getting delirious. I really I was like, yo, this is a good show, but damn, these dudes is wild.
You don't like conspiracy.
Future gonna take you there. Yeah, Future gonna take you there.
And Future is one of them niggas who like to tap into the conspiracy on a whole nother
absolutely.
level.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and then the next day, that's when I put you on the Ever Die. That Future song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the video made me think about conspiracy and shit. But that's like one of my favorite Future
Future gonna
songs.
take you there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my favorite joints he put out. Shout out to him for sure.
I like Future's
Absolutely.
albums,
Yeah,
honestly.
me
I love him as a person, honestly.
He a cool dude.
I love the
times
fact
that I
that
met
just
him.
being in, like, what we do allows to really get to know people. We really get to sit face to face, have a conversation, have a drink. Like, to me, this is just bond building.
Right.
You know? That's
Right.
all it is nowadays. You're not out here trying to force anything. It's like if you out and you just run into somebody like-minded and I just happen to just have a conversation, the conversation just keep going and keep going. And, you don't have to sit here and talk about anything specific. You just want to express yourself. You want to just feel like, all right, I left a piece of me at the bar and I can feel a little lighter now when I leave. That's how I look at it there. And plus,
Yeah, be careful with that though. Getting bar therapy and shit like that.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You tell somebody some shit and then you see him on the street and be like, yo, hey bro, you alright? Because I tapped your info. All that shit you were telling me, you forgot. You told me your social security number and I had hit your shit and all that. You was real drunk at the time.
I was like, I could have did more.
I could have did more, but you seemed like a cool
we
dude.
became
So,
friends.
yeah, we was cool. We became friends that night.
Hey, low key, I'm kind of mad nobody put me on the scamming, man. Like, that shit kind of pisses me off. That shit kind of pisses me off.
Yo, you a family man, man. What you talking about?
That's why I'm mad.
Yeah, you're a whole family
I need
man,
that money
man.
now.
People to
Shit,
support.
I should have did it when I had the chance. I'm being an upstanding citizen. I'm not going to jail. No, I'm not doing. Fuck that shit.
Especially now that you could just go, as people that you could go to a bar and just sit there and they gonna come and start talking to you.
all day.
Your man's put you on like.
What did you go? What was your third name teacher's name? That's your third grade
That's all
teacher's
I
name.
need.
What street did you
Your
grow up
mom's
on when you was a child?
What's your mom's maiden name?
So your mom's never married, right? Oh shit! Oh,
What's your favorite pet's name? He'll be
You
asking.
gonna make a list of every security
What street
question
did you
that
grow
they
up on? Yeah.
You
Nah,
lived there for the
fact.
past what years? 7? Okay.
All right, y'all gonna introduce the podcast?
Damn, this nigga Rude wants to jump into the podcast.
Yeah, cause we.
So what do you want to be introduced as?
Oh, y'all introduce us like y'all do a whole thing like.
I tried to.
He
But
does
since
his
he never told me he was coming, I don't know how to introduce this, to be honest.
Damn, y'all putting it on me. All right, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
So
I
what
mean,
name do you
even
wanna
though the
go? What
show
name
is
do you
like
wanna
no
be introduced
plan,
as?
no, you know what I mean?
but
No
usually,
format.
I at least think of how I want my introduction to go.
Okay.
Throughout the day.
All right, so let me do it. Can I
even
do
better.
it? Can I do
Go
that?
ahead.
Ooh, I
Go
like
ahead.
that. Yeah,
Even better. Go ahead.
Yo, you're a co-host. This is your show as much
Yeah,
as
go
it
ahead.
is ours.
Introduce
Go
it.
ahead.
All right.
Coastin'. All my niggas we coastin'. High grade we smoking. On the highway we rollin'. Crack a bottle we toastin'.
I think it'll be easier
Yeah.
if I
Way
introduce.
easier.
Yeah. All right.
Cause I don't know if this part is gonna go in. All this right here,
It is.
I'm fine with it. But they gonna see me looking confused as shit. Like, what did you just ask me? How do you want me to introduce you? I'm like, I don't know.
I look confused all the time. Too. It's okay.
Sweet and whiskey.
Hey, yo, okay. All right, so sweet and whiskey. All right.
The drama, gunshots with the silence.
Okay.
I'm about to start going.
Yo, tonight we got all around respected, all around intelligent. This man is an entrepreneur. This man is your favorite hustler's favorite hustler. This man has been in the political realm, the musical realm. I've been in tobacco fields with this man.
Back in the days.
No, not back in the day.
Literally now.
Like 2 years ago.
He got his own grabber.
He got his own grabber. He got 5 Star Fronto.
Ooh.
Owner of 5 Star Fronto. CEO of Fine Federal. The first marijuana retail store in Connecticut. The first marijuana retail store in Connecticut.
You gotta say that one more time. You gotta say that again.
The first.
The first.
All right. Located in Manchester, Connecticut.
I feel fucking honored.
91 Hell Road, Manchester. Please pull up.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Perfect location. 5 Star Fronto. Did I say he got his own grabber?
So he got the weed. He got the grabber.
He got the grabber.
So he got everything you need.
Director, writer.
Ooh, he ain't even done yet. The list keep
The
going.
Frontlines.
Ooh.
Creator of The Frontlines, the hardest docuseries in the history
Talk that shit.
of docuseries.
Docu-series is
All right.
Put the whole S on it.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't even know if that's a plural word.
It's
but
the word. That's
you
how
do
great
that.
he is.
You gotta
The
put the whole
fact,
S.
no.
whole
The
S
fact
on
that this man is from Connecticut and then came back to Connecticut, stayed in Connecticut, put his roots down in Connecticut, laid the foundation, and then showing others how to do it. Man, I want y'all to make some noise for my guy. I call him my long lost cousin. My nigga Kennard Ray. Park. Make some noise, man.
Damn, man, that was a good intro, man.
That was. You know what?
I think you wrote that already. You prepared that for my birthday party. That was hard,
Because of that, I'm gonna give you this.
I almost swallowed the joint when you gave it.
Fire
Why
intros.
did you do it? Is it nasty? I almost swallowed it.
It was just a good intro.
Yeah, I was taken aback.
Hey yo,
Inhale the weed.
That's my
Davis,
nigga, man.
my boy, you sir have given us a legendary intro.
Yeah, that's my nigga for real though. Like I meant every word. Like
Appreciate you, bro.
still this.
Honestly, I wanna chime in a little bit with it as well too.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
This man, since he stepped into the room, has been nothing but great energy. Y'all know right here.
This what he do. This what
We
he do.
only do motherfucking great personality.
That's what-
This man is a walking embodiment. He's an epitome of what fucking great personality is.
Come
He is
on.
black excellence in his fucking living self. He's
Nah,
a
I'm trying to
walking
tell
legend.
you. I'm trying to tell you.
If you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Yo,
That's how it is right
Like-
now, man.
Like, yo, I'm trying to tell you. I was just in a meeting with a lot of different people, mostly Caucasian people,
Different skin tone.
right?
Mayonnaise.
Like mostly Caucasian
Bright
people.
lights.
Like no, respectfully.
background.
Respectfully. and we
I love
walk
white people.
and we walk in there like how we are. We walk in here like this. You know what I'm saying? To me, that means the world to me because like that means like
They respect us.
we're in a room. We're in a room. You know what I'm saying?
You're
like,
valuable.
yo, this man right here is like represents all of us. Like for real.
I like that. I like see. I love this again. This is why I love this shit because we come across people who is a reflection of us, who makes us feel like we're looking in the mirror and seeing what we want out of life, and they're doing it. And it's somebody who can be like, "Yo, we walk the same streets as you."
Exactly.
You know,
and they talk the same talk as you.
exactly. I love hearing shit like that.
Facts.
Also, I'm gonna try Fine Federal, only because the one in Newington utterly disappointed me. Utterly.
It's not his.
I know. That's why I said I'm gonna try that one.
You don't? Are you a fan of dispensary weed though?
No.
Like, nah.
It depends. I am.
You
I
gotta get the
it
edibles.
I'm not a fan of that 20% tax.
depends. Not a chance.
You gotta get the edibles, man. The edibles are worth it.
Edibles,
They tax them
I've
shit
had
too.
edibles from there, and it wasn't it for me.
Nah.
Nah. Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Well,
I'm surprised.
honestly-
What I will say to you is in Connecticut right now, only any dispensary get product from, you're gonna get it from the same 5 cultivators.
Yep.
Right? So you don't.
That's how they did it.
Yeah. So right now, we choose from the best of what we can choose from. But I'm announcing this here, like it's already been publicized. We already got licensed to
grow.
To grow.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So
I like that better because now we're going from farm to jar.
Right in Bloomfield. You know what I'm saying? Vertical integration, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Good soil area and everything too.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
Good soil makes a difference in a good grow, man.
Yeah.
On some real shit.
So how did you? My fault. But how did you get into that? What made you get into marijuana retail? Or how?
That's a interesting question. I mean, like, it's not a sexy question. I mean, or a sexy answer that I could give. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a sexy answer, but I grew up selling weed. I didn't want to assume that, but yeah. No, it's fine. Like, and not only weed, crack, dope. No, I've been convicted of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's already on record. It's public record. It's public record. It's public record
right now.
Yeah, it's public record.
I've been caught.
Yeah, no, it's public record. Like that. I grew up selling weed. I grew up around weed. You know what I'm saying? Weed always been a part of my culture. And honestly, like what led me to getting into the legal space though was my political side, activism. Like around 2013, I had got hired or appointed rather by the mayor at the time of Hartford, Pedro Segarra, to be his deputy chief of staff. Mm-hmm. And because of my criminal background, even though Hartford had passed a law, a provision that's called, best known as ban the box, which means that when you go apply at the city of Hartford, they don't have that on applications. Have you been convicted of a felony? Yes or no? It doesn't exist. And I wasn't somebody who had put in the application, right? I just got appointed. When you are appointee of a mayor, of one of the executives,
all that
don't matter. You don't do an application until after you get appointed. And it's the application just to have your information for your
paperwork,
insurance, everything else. What really happened is the Hartford Current, through somebody who knew my history, most likely, put a call into the mayor, said, this guy y'all announced yesterday,
he has a criminal background.
Yeah, he got a criminal background. You okay with that? And the mayor wasn't okay with that. So it became public news, all that. And once it got in the media, I was like, yo, instead of trying to stay in this job and fight this man to be in a job, I'm a step, but I'm gonna make something out of it. I'm gonna make it mean something. Mm-hmm. So I stepped and I went back to the job I was at previously, and then I got a job downstairs in City Hall also, because within the job that I had previously, I had got somebody who had the power to appoint people elected. So that person then appointed me their deputy. She was the registrar. Her deputy had went back home to St. Lucia, so she needed a deputy. She's like, bro, I got you. So now I'm in City Hall, right? So I'm in my old job in City Hall, and I'm like, yo, from here, I really want to invest my time in making sure that people's rights, fair chance opportunities. And I had already been, working in politics for a minute at that time, or at least for a few years at that time. But I was like, yo, I really want to focus on people's rights, because I know, for me, like I was able to just, a couple of days later get my old job back, and now I'm appointed to another job.
Worried.
Yeah, but for most people, that's not a reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was at a time for me not a reality,
especially with your criminal background.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like for when when I had to go do the same shit everybody else do, go apply at Home Depot, apply here, apply there, apply there.
Jobs that would accept you with your circumstances.
Yeah, but then I used to go through the same shit, getting waved off, not getting a job. Like you see, like, I'll never forget. a bunch of us niggas that y'all might know, or definitely some of your audience would know. Like we all came home around the same time. We all went to go apply at UPS. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 deep, and you know, only 2 of us got the job, right? But 3 didn't get the job. Same scenario at different places. I got the job that time, but many other times, other people ain't get the job. You see what I'm saying? Like, or I ain't get the job.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, like, so I was like, let me invest my time into this, whatever spare time I got, into rights. And I like, you know, fair chance rights. So I had a certain agenda. First, do ban the box. Second, like really attack voting. Figure out how we could get more people into voting, because I felt like, honestly, voting changed my life. First time I ever got to vote, it changed my life, and we'll talk more about that.
No, I want you to elaborate a little bit.
For sure. But I'm gonna jump into it. We're not gonna forget it, because it's a big part of what I do. But I want to make sure I keep this the continuity.
I feel like it's important, because we in the black community specifically, we are on the fence on the importance.
For sure.
I definitely am on the fence.
For sure, and I think it's like, duh, you should be. As a black person, you should be on the fence about
our
it.
history with voting.
Exactly. You should be on the fence. And we could go deep into that to some degree.
But that's a whole nother story. Yeah. We could tie into certain stuff. Yeah.
We could just talk about stuff. But yeah, so then the third thing, and this came about more like 2016, is when legalization happened in California, with like full-on recreational legalization or adult use legalization happened in California, in Maine, Washington, and Oregon. You know, due to the job that I had that time, I had a national job, so, you know, national political job. I was bouncing around, going to different places in different states and shit. And I went to this conference, and I was, you know, like was meeting with different people in Vegas that was all like doing these pushes, different pushes on cannabis, you know, marijuana, whatever, weed, nigga. And so for me, that then I added that to my agenda. At the same time, around 2016, it was in City Hall, maybe 2016, yeah. Around that time is when he became a guy named Jason Ortiz that like was really passionate. He was the aide to my friend who was on city council, Wildelise Bermudez. So Jason, like, he would do whatever Wildelise needed him to do, but he just needed weed to be a part of the agenda. Everything. He didn't matter.
Like, bill. Like when you pass the bill, it's not just that one.
No, he didn't need it to be in everything. He just needed weed. Like, I'll do all your stuff, but I need you to support weed.
Okay.
And it wasn't a problem for her. So they went hard. So I mean, this is a long story, but just getting to it, over time, Jason, I ran for office. Jason managed my campaign. He's a friend, so I helped him with stuff on the weed side. And then, you know, working on that type of stuff, people who have been friends with for years, who have already been into weed on the medical side, the folks at Five Star Fronto, you know, these are friends, you know, like, you know, personal friends and shit. They I linked them with Jason, and then by this time Jason had different people from around the state, because now, because of his activity, him and Wildelise, he was now in a position to put up a state bill. He had first did a city Hartford bill, just like a resolution.
But now you had enough. Now you got enough to do the whole thing.
So because it wasn't legal, but it was just like Hartford is saying we would support. You know what I'm saying? He pushed for that. It took him maybe 1 or 2 years to do that, but he pushed for that. Then once he got it to a certain level, you know, he came to me, came to some other people, came up with a bill. I went and introduced him to a legislator that I knew, a black legislator, and he put in a bill. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm linking him with the folks from Five Star Fronto. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is the way. In order for it to get done, all sides gotta be on, you know, on the same page to some degree. And over time, I'm having talks with them. I'm having talks with him. I'm looking at the landscape. I'm like, yo, I've been doing this, you know, form of activism at this point for like 10 years. You know, this form of this is my career for like 10 years. you know, I want to put myself in a position to become, at the very least, a potential candidate in this thing. Like I stuck as you know, Jason talking to me about different stuff and what his idea was, like what he wanted to do with cannabis and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about different stuff. I'm hearing from my folks at Fine Federal. I'm like, okay, like different stuff. So I'm like, all right, let's make me a good candidate. Cause I already know I'm like a poster boy for this type of shit. Like I really lived this life. You know what I'm saying? I really been through this. Like I grew up selling weed, smoking weed. You know, it's been in my house since I never
weed.
knew enough. Yeah, I know weed, bro.
weed.
Nah, this nigga's a weed connoisseur. It's a weed connoisseur for real.
Okay, bet.
Like for real.
You can teach weed.
Yeah.
To some degree, and I could teach weed consumption.
Nah, but
weed sells.
That's fine.
Weed sells.
Yeah.
Weed sells.
And quality.
And quality.
But that's what I'm saying.
For sure.
There's a standard to good weed. There got to be a good standard for good weed. So, all right, so
keeping on with it, I started saying, you know, I'm gonna make myself into a candidate for this shit. I want to figure out how to do this shit. So I had talks with a lot of different people, and then, you know, it just ended up coming a time where I was having talks with 3 different groups on how we could partner, and it was like the 3 little bears. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the story of the 3 little bears. It just ended up being that, like, my friends, the people that I knew 20 plus years, ended up being like, we had the best thing possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Couldn't have worked no better.
It couldn't have worked no better. You know, it was people with different dollars, different people with different interests or whatever. But like after talking and having different conversations, it was like, all right, this is a great fit. And we pushed on from there. That's making it as short as I possibly can, because the steps even into making myself a best candidate is like, you know, that's the part of where Five Star Fronto came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, we know a lot of people they doing whatever with leaf. You know, they putting whatever on leaf. I'm like, man, I smoke this shit. I don't know where some of this shit be coming from.
facts.
I'm gonna start my own. I started doing real research, real investigation, really getting out there, spending a lot of time, time on farms out here in Windsor. You know what I'm saying? Did I give away the location? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Niggas probably
Windsor
still ain't
big.
gonna take the steps.
There's like South Windsor, East Windsor, Windsor big.
Niggas done went to North Carolina.
Oh,
We
word.
went all the way to North Carolina to tobacco fields out there.
So what?
In a cotton field.
Yeah, in a cotton field or two.
With a man that probably would have wanted us to be on the cotton field.
Yeah, at a different time.
He's in the suburban way.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Don't pick that
He was a really cool dude,
No, I was
bro.
about to say he's a cool dude, but in a
But
different
you
time.
knew it a different time.
In a different
It
time.
wouldn't have been that cool.
Nah, it wouldn't have been cool at all. It wouldn't have been cool at all.
You would have never left.
So
Nah.
what goes into making
Tobacco
hot
farms
grubber?
on Kentucky. Yeah.
What goes into making hot grubber? Because you don't.
We're
just,
not going
you
to
just
get into
don't.
that. You talk to Colonel Sanders like that? Why you disrespecting me, bro? What's wrong with you? You talk to Colonel Sanders like
I
that?
would. Yes.
He ain't going to tell you. That's like the secret recipe, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
but
talk about it.
I'm not telling you. Give me the specifics.
It's called trade secrets.
Yeah, what's
Nah,
wrong
like,
with
You
you?
can't give away
Like,
those.
Don't do that.
What's the general process of curing?
It's the IP.
It's the IP.
Yeah, I mean that's this.
So you
this
found
is-
Intellectual property.
You
Yeah,
found the
it's just-
secret sauce to make the perfect grubber.
I never said that.
You try it.
We gonna
Okay,
roll
I have a
this bitch
question.
up.
I have
We
a
gonna
question
roll
for
this
it.
bitch
Is
up.
there a sauce to making grubber?
Is there a sauce to making anything? This is a very
No.
philosophical podcast.
Sometimes things
What
don't
is high?
need sauce.
Yeah, what
What is
is
higher?
What
What is
higher
learning? What is learning?
This is how
They
niggas
never
get away
seen that
from
shit.
it.
I think
Nah.
This is how
cracking
niggas
up.
get away with
Nah.
doing shit. They
Nah.
deflect.
Mr.
Yeah,
Williams.
tell you some other shit.
Mr. Williams.